Namaste, soul family, Sky Goddess. Let me see if I can put it on right there. Okay, seems good. I took a long rest yesterday. I had much sleep. I had a lot of sleep, a lot of rest yesterday, which I needed because even them days when I was not online, I was online, if you get what I mean. Okay. Um, Rest is good. The Most High tells us, he tells us by showing us. And that's how it is, you lead by example. It isn't about, that egotistical, domineering kind of leadership where in which you want to do your own thing. And, mind you, which is very much contrary to what you expect from the collective. Everything must be aligned and synchronized, harmonized, in terms of what you think, what you say, and what you do. It's not do as I say and not as I do. That's some hypocrisy shit. There's no place for that up in this bitch. This was something that has been on my mind for some time. Since the other day, and I never got around to talk about it. Yeah, Mrs. Though I'm still sleeping. It just got up. I did munch on something, but that's all I did, pretty much. Every day for me is just not the same. It's a whole different regime and routine. I like it that way. It's exciting. I hate the same old mundane. I'm conventional in the sense that, my the phone almost fell. my principles and values, they remain, but my routines, they shift. If you notice, within one day, I be doing several videos, and I do my hair completely different. That's just me. It's just I'm tired of my hair being down, or I'm tired of my hair being up. Yeah, that's just me. I'm like a million different people from one day to the I can change my mode. No, 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 no. That's the verb. And talking about them guys, yeah, it leads me to, this that I've been meaning to say from the other day. Have you noticed, them Caucasian musicians and bands, how, go on their social media platforms, because I've been telling people that a lot of these black musicians, and I know it's not just the black musicians, you've got other, you have Caucasian musicians who they too, bear that, Leo frequency, highly aspected, and, they, when they play into, the popularity and all of that, it's just pretty much them vibrating, in a negative way in regards to possessing that Leo frequency. And not just that, they don't necessarily have to bear that Leo frequency. highly aspected in their natal charts, they're Aquarians, okay? And Aquarius is at that opposite end of the Leo Aquarius spectrum to Leo. And, for an Aquarian to, be, out of sync, off balance, imbalance, it's like, they're at that egotistical Leo frequency. You feel me? I'm not saying that an out of sync, off balance, imbalance Leo frequency individual is like an Aquarian, and an aloof Aquarian, maybe, who knows? But I consider myself a very balanced individual. So, no, no, no. For me, it is because I have Aquarius highly aspected. I'm an Aquarius trine as well. So not only do I have Aquarius highly aspected, I have them in three significant placements: my subconscious, my emotions, and my north node. Okay? So, now for a black person now, without having Aquarius highly aspected, to be, very imbalanced, they can become very egotistical and sensitive, but as well as they can become rather very aloof without reason. Okay, that's just not who they are. That's really not what, you know, um, they're about. But because of their, imbalance, they tend to act very awkward. And a lot of you consider them people mentally ill, but they're really mentally deranged. Okay? Like they just get up and they just put on all kinds of weird shit. It's not me. That's not like me getting up putting on all kinds of weird shit. That's because I'm a grand Aquarian, okay? Aquarius trine, grand Aquarius trine, okay? And so I feel most comfortable expressing myself in my own unique way, which, to the common, man or woman, a child is rather aloof. But it's not, me being, crazy. Okay, it's just my frequencies. So if you got sense or wisdom, you'll get the gist of all of what I just said. So, but most of these, famous Aquarian musicians, let me say specifically, because we've got black people who, like myself, are Aquarians. I consider myself an Aquarian, a Virgo Aquarian. Okay. But I notice, a lot of them have way more followers. They have way more fans, way more supporters, and you see that when they have their concerts. You see them when they go to perform at shows like Jilly, um, um, Ellen, and all them, television shows. You see way more viewership for them in comparison to, black musicians, specifically like, Caribbean musicians, specifically like Jamaicans. And I noticed something because, like, I follow a few of these guys, whether on, Instagram, not so much on my Instagram, okay? Because my Instagram is more for my soul tribe family, my spirit family, people who, post all about them spirituality stuff and so on and so forth. But, like, on my YouTube, yeah, I follow a few of them, like Google Dolls, The Fray, Alanis Morissette, and so on and so forth. But I noticed that, these got the Cranberries, but I noticed that, you know, um, Natalie Ambrulia, yeah, and the Roots even. I noticed these guys, they don't have that much, followers on social media. And I'm like, how? I mean, like, these guys, they've been around for a while now. They do have a large fan base. Don't get that twisted. But how is it that, and they get so much support when they have their concerts? A lot of people come and they support them. They make a lot of money from their album sales, from their concerts, performances. But how is it that, on social media, they seem to have so little, support? And, that shows you that, social media is, an illusion, a facade, a trick, yeah, a smear, and it's smokes and mirrors, yeah. And I spoke already that a lot of these, black musicians, especially Jamaican, musicians, they are buying a lot of followers. And I'm not saying that the international ones they don't do so, because there are lots of international artists you check out there. They got 80 something million followers, 70 something million, 50 something million. A lot of them followers, they're nano followers, people. They're not real people. We know that, people listen to these people, but don't get it twisted. Oh, them people? No. Intuitively, and I'm not being hateful, intuitively, I know that a lot of them followers they bought, because we see how egotistical they are, and a lot of them we see they don't really have much self value, much value for self, much self worth. It's just we see how they reveal everything to the public on social media, and that's for them it's a way of justifying their supposed worth. You have a lot of these awesome musicians from the Caucasian race. Their music, they're way better than a lot of these black artists music, and I'm not lying, they have way more substance, and yet they have so few followers. And that's because a lot of them don't really care. That's Aquarius frequency. They don't care if you want to follow. They're not going to buy votes. They want their followers to be authentic, not fake, because they're not into putting up fronts or facades. You get what I'm saying now, people? Because I've been, noticing it from the other day, and I'm like, how? I know people love these people's music. I know they have a large fan base. Yeah, but now how is it that they don't have as many followers or subscribers like these black artists out there and all of that? But that's I already stated before in a video prior to this. A lot of these people, and they have this whole competition, who's gonna get to a certain amount of followers by a certain time. The hell is this? Is it music or is it a competition? And then you realize a lot of people, a lot of these black musicians, they're not really lovers of music. It's just them being obsessed with the stage and attention. And they find that being quote unquote artists, musicians, give them that opportunity. They're just spoiled little brats, desperate for attention. That's what they are. They're not true lovers of music. When you look at it, a lot of them are just really prostitutes. Majority of them are the ones getting, breast implants, butt implants, hip implants. I'm not saying women from the other races don't, but I'm telling you, black women far outweigh the Caucasian women in getting them surgeries done. Yeah? Breast implant, boob implants, hip implants, because they're trying to appease what? Men and women. Women who are, into the same sex. That's what they're doing. They're selling their bodies. They're not selling music. It's not about the music. If it was about the music, the fact that you had drooping breasts would not matter to you. You get what I'm trying to say, people? The fact that you had, a medium-sized ass or small ass wouldn't matter to you. We have great Caucasian singers out there with small breasts, some with small drooping breasts, some with flat asses, some with I would, I was gonna make mention of a, big, Caucasian, female singer who's got a flat ass. I'm not gonna call her name, but she didn't get surgery on her ass. I hope she doesn't, because that's, devaluing yourself. That you don't see yourself as shit, so you gotta get shit. You feel me? There are too many whores up in the black communities. Too many whores up in the black music industry. They're not lovers of music. And that's why you find that, they're stealing, music from dark skinned black women like me to give to these quote unquote lighter skinned black women. And that's why Spirit is doing what, it's doing this year. A lot of the roles are going to be reversed or, switched, because a lot of people are going to be getting darker in skin complexion who were light skinned, and a lot who were dark skinned are going to get lighter in skin complexion, so that those who, were lighter skinned will get to understand how it feels to be of a dark skin complexion. And that it should not be because you have a particular skin tone or complexion that you get something. You should actually work for it. You understand me? Justice should be for all for one and one for all. And if justice isn't for one, it shouldn't be for all. Okay? And if justice isn't for all, it shouldn't be for one. Okay? Justice is truth. Okay? And balance. Yes? No one is more special than the other, when which you think that you deserve something without working for it, and the other person, though they've worked very hard for that thing, they should be denied it just because you look a certain way. The ego is not what really matters. It's the spirit. And Christ, he showed us that. The Father has been showing us that. And he sent his Son, the Word that which became flesh, to confirm that and to show us even more clearer. And still, especially within the black community, people are not getting that gist. And here we are in Revelation, and people are still not getting that gist. Hence he said, those who are wicked, let them be wicked still. And those who are righteous, let them be righteous still. Because guess what? It is what it is. And that's why he said, those whom he foreknew, them he also predestined. Because Esau, everything, time indefinite, the past, present, and future, all parallel, alongside each other, not, adjacent or anything or perpendicular, but parallel. They exist beside each other. And he saw all of that. And therefore he could say, okay, that one I choose, because he saw the end from the beginning. Okay? That's the Akashic records for you. I said that in a video I uploaded to my Instagram. About the roles being reversed and switched and all of that. Okay. So I'm going to pause that right there, and I'm going to come back with the other two topics that I want to talk about. Okay? Namaste.